Hi, and welcome to Juice Pouch Players. Today we'll be explaining the rules of the game, The Mind. The Mind is a game that I tend to bring to any group the first time that I'm playing a game with them. This is a game that I think drastically underrates the amount of time that it will take to play, but is still a very important game to play with every new group of people. Now, how to play. This game is quite simple, I promise. Now, there are 4 types of cards. The numbered cards that are numbered 1 to 100, the level cards that are numbered 1 to level 12, the shurikens, or throwing stars, and the life cards. This is a game for 2 to 4 players. Regardless of how many players you start the game with, you only start with 1 throwing star. But the number of life cards you start the game with is equal to the number of players at the table. For example, 2 players, you get 2 life cards, 3 players, 3 life cards, 4 players, 4 life cards. Then you're ready to begin the game. So, the way this game works, each level is representative of the amount of cards in each player's hand. Level 1, everybody gets 1 card. Super simple. So deal out 1 card face down to every single player at the table. Once those have all been dealt out, everyone's going to look at their cards. Now, there is an important part of this game that I haven't mentioned yet. As soon as a round has started, no communication allowed. The only time you can communicate is when the level has been failed. Once a level has started, every single player at the table must look at their cards and put them down in ascending order, so lowest number to highest number, without communicating at all. Terrifying. Now, what do the life cards do? What do the throwing stars do? Don't worry, I've got you. The throwing stars, better off played in later levels, or can be played at the beginning of a round by every single player raising their hand. When every single player raises their hand, a throwing star will be played, and every single person gets rid of the lowest value card in their hand. Then, you continue on. In order to explain the life cards, I have to explain how you win the game. The game is won when you've completed all 12 rounds. That means you go from having 1 card per person to having 12 cards per person, and being able to put them all down in ascending order without communicating at all. Now, as you may suspect, you're probably going to mess up somewhere along the way, and that's okay. But that's what the life cards are for. If you fail, you can choose to take a life card and repeat that level and then continue on. If you don't choose to do that and you run out of life cards, then you have to start all the way back at level 1 and try again. Now, there are chances for you to get more life cards and more throwing stars throughout the game. These will be marked on the level cards. Let's take levels 8 and 9, for example. On level 8, you get an extra throwing star. At level 9, you get an extra life card. These are just pictured on the actual cards themselves. You add a new one to your pile, and then you're good to go. And that's all of the rules for the game The Mind. Very simple, very straightforward, I promise. Now, on to a practice round. So, we are going to play a game with 3 people. That means we start off with 3 life cards and 1 throwing star. We will also pile up all of our level cards, like so, and lay them out in front of us. Level 1. Everybody is dealt 1 card. So, I've shuffled. I'm now going to deal out the cards. Now, I am by myself here today doing this practice round. Unfortunately, Delaney and I no longer live in the same area. So, the way this will work today is I am going to really think about this with myself. If you're playing with a group of people, there are strategies involved. If somebody has a 1, they know to play it immediately. If somebody has a 100, they know to hold it until the end. I am not going to look at these 3 cards and try to play a practice round. We're going to do something a little bit more fun than that, and I'm going to try to guess. So, let's begin. That's a really bad start. Cool. So I failed. So we try again. And we use a life in order to try again. We stay at level 1, and 3 more cards are dealt out. All right, we're going to go for this one this time. That's also terrible. Oh, no. Okay, well, wow. Guys, that was really bad. We failed again. We have to use another life. We've got 1 more shot before the game ends at level 1. All right. So, we got to go with this one. It's got to do me well this time. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. That's a low number. All right, we'll go across. Okay, that's also feeling good. All right, we're hoping for a big number. Big number, big number. Heck yeah! And so we've passed level 1. We'd move on to level 2, which is right there. And at level 2, you get another throwing star. So we'd add a throwing star to our pile. And that is a round of the mind. And that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we will sip you later.